Good morning, family. You missed Devotional. You had a rough start this morning. You were supposed to get in your word, but you didn't. It's okay because you could get in your word with your girl, Nyla, okay? Come have devotion with me. All right, so I am in the book of Galatians, and I have been speaking on the fruits of the Spirit this week and walking by the Spirit. So now I am going on chapter 6, doing good to all. It says, brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But watch yourselves, or you also may be tempted. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Correct each other gently. So giving each other correct criticism if we see our brothers and our sisters, if they falling, in sin. But don't be so ahead of yourself, and don't be thinking that you're holier than thou, because soon when you think that you're perfect, you're over falling in sin. You probably may even be dealing with sin, and God's still working on you in an area, but you over here want to act like, oh girl, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't. No, we are not to even do that. We're not even to come at people like that, okay? And a lot of times we are to pray for one another, because sometimes your brothers and sisters may not want to hear the truth. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth. So when they don't want to hear the truth, you don't get offended off of that. You pray for them with love, okay? And so let me says, but carry each other burdens, in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. So what the word is saying is that we have a responsibility of helping one another when they become burdened down by their sin or problems, okay? So let's go on. It says, verse 3, if anyone thinks they are something when they are not, come on, they deceive themselves. Each one should test their own action. Test the spirit by the Spirit, okay? Don't ever think that you better than anybody, because if we all fall short in the glory of God, okay? Then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else, for each one should carry their own load. So they said, basically, look yourself in the mirror before you start thinking that you all of that, because you not. Don't act like your stuff don't stink, because it stink real bad, okay? Nevertheless, the one who received instructions in the word should share all good things with their instructor. So what it's saying right here is that a lot of times God will give you word just for yourself. It's not for you to go and share it with everybody and all of that. See, that's the thing about having a relationship in your secret place, because sometimes your secret place is only for you and the Lord and whatever the Lord is downloading to you. That's why sometimes when the Lord downloads something to you, it's not going to always make sense. And so when you tell other people, they be looking at you crazy, and then you over here get mad because they not receiving what the Lord told you, but it wasn't even for you to even tell to your brother, your sister, or your mama. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes the Lord just calling it's just you and him. Okay, so sometimes take it in for yourself, whatever the Lord is telling you. Do not be deceived. God cannot be. A man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life. My God would never, ever be mocking. Even when people think they mocking him and they getting away, you would never, ever get away with it. Okay? So I'm taking this as, a lot of times when it comes to, for a prime example, with giving your tithes. A lot of times people do things just for in the applause and the praise and stuff. Like, oh, I gave $10,000 to this church. Oh, I gave $250 to my church this week. No. Whatever God has put on your heart to give, then that's by the Spirit. Whatever the Spirit put on your heart to give, then you do it in silence. You don't do it for a round of applause and for everybody to know. Who cares? Okay? So it says, let us not become weary in doing good. For the proper time we will reap a harvest, and a harvest if we do not give up. So don't get tired. It's saying even when you're doing good and things is still not going right in your life, or things like that, God is encouraging us. What Paul is encouraging us to, don't give up, because the harvest is going. If you paying your tithes, if you praying, if you fasting, if you're doing all of these things, and remember, it's not about the performance of things. God is not looking for a performance. He's looking for your heart posture. Okay, so He want to see if you still go give, even if you got $10 to your name. He want to know if you still go give your tithes, even if you got $100 to your name. He want to know what you go do with what you have in your hand, even when when you at your lowest. And so sometimes, a lot of times, we think of a harvest means always financially. A harvest can mean a breakthrough physically. A harvest can mean a breakthrough mentally. You get what I'm saying? A harvest can mean a breakthrough in your bloodline. We open up our mind when it comes to harvest can mean that you getting approved for that car, or God is blessing you with a new house, and you got bad credit, but God approved you and He gave you a favor. You get in your house, and now you walking into your apartment. You signing up papers. Okay, so therefore, as we have an opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. And I am going to stop there. So be encouraged. Be encouraged. We are always to do good to others. We are always to show the fruits of the Spirit. Be patient. Show love. Be humble. Be humble. Okay? And everything that you do it from your heart. So stand still and know that God is going to meet each and every one of your needs. Know that He is going to come through right on time. He may not come through when you want Him to, but He gonna come through right on time. And everything that you do, make sure that you showing the fruits of the Spirit, and that you're operating by the fruits of the Spirit. And when you talking to other believers, and when you in relationship with other believers, okay, just because somebody Christian don't mean that they Christian. Just because somebody Christian don't mean that they have an authentic relationship with the Lord. Because a lot of people could be playing church. It even had that in the Bible, okay, with the Pharisees and Sadducees. So make sure that you test the Spirit by the Spirit, and make sure that you living by the Spirit. Okay, I love you, and have a wonderful, blessed day.